Hi, people. Yes, I had a few days off. I'm sorry. I do love you guys all checking up on me. Yes, we're fine. We're absolutely okay. Lovely live stream this morning, but because of some content to do with people's birthdays, it's been removed, and obviously that is for safety and security. So sorry about that. It was a lovely live stream. Welcome to some new subscribers. Really good to have you on board. We are literally just back from training. And little Miss Madam knocked out some beautiful work this morning, but because of the weather here in the wonderful, not sunny UK, she just will not work in if it's really pouring with rain. So it was a case of beat the rain, and we just managed it. It's just starting now. So I thought today I'd come and talk to you about fulfilling a dog's needs. You know, it might sound really basic, but to people who just walk water and feed their dogs, maybe it's time for a little bit of a update on that. You know, no way am I being critical. Okay, let's first of all get that out of the way. But especially with high drive dogs, you know, yeah, taking them out is absolutely essential. And I do appreciate there are dogs in this whole world that are never taken out, and they've got a big backyard or they've got fields, and people think that's enough. It's not. I'm sorry, it's not. You know, dogs are a pack animal, and they thrive on engagement, and you know that those needs do need to be met. So yes, they have to be fed. Of course they do, preferably raw, and obviously be aware of any choking hazards, as I have explained in an earlier video. I am now back to sitting on the kitchen floor and holding Zed's whole bone meals. If you're worried about choking, you should be able to, if your dog and you have a good enough relationship, be able to hold the bone and move it about. I mean, Zed prefers chewing on the left side, but I don't want over muscle development on one side, so I will often take it, change hands, and put it on the other side. So yes, they've got to be fed clean water every day, obviously. We've got a lot of chemicals in tap water, which does concern me, but however, I've also had bottled water tested, and it's as bad. So you know, it's all a bit of a con, this bottled water thing, as far as I can see. I mean, I'm sure there are some brands that are not like that, and it's something I will be looking into, because I do not want my dog full of chemicals. I really don't. So, okay, so you take your dog out and you walk them. Please, can you get off your mobile phones? I see it every day down the fields where I train Zed. It's people, they've got their dog on flexi leads and they're just like this on their phone. Please engage with your dog. You know, the dogs are looking up frantically at their owners for some form of engagement. Yes, dogs want to go out and they want to migrate. If they were wild, that's exactly what they would do. They would migrate. And, you know, they want to engage with you. That they want to be fulfilled. And this is what the whole of this video is going to be about. It's about fulfilling your dog's needs. That's physical, mental and psychological and intellectual. So yes, I do a lot of trick work with Zed, because 1, it builds confidence, 2, it builds your bond, and 3, it stimulates that intellectual need of dog. And they do have an intellectual need. And nothing makes Zed happier than getting a trick really quickly. She almost like puffs up her chest and it's like, yes. You know, you want your dog to feel good about itself. It's really important, you know. And as I said, we want nice confident dogs. Not cocky dogs, confident dogs. You know, we don't want insecure dogs that feel they've got to protect their owner because their owner has got this kind of meek energy. And that is what happens, unfortunately, is if you've got a weak energy or a soft energy, your dog will feel as though it's got to protect you. And most dogs are not born leaders. There are very few naturally born leaders in litters, very, very few indeed. You know, Zed is certainly not a leader, and you know, she would be a terrible dog to be, you know, the start of a new pack. Just terrible, because believe me, she has some bad habits. But you know, you just work on those and work with them. So, okay, we've spoken about trick work and what that does. Now, obviously, you need to put in obedience. Now, when I take Zed out, I usually do a 60-40 split. That's 60% work, and when she has done all her work to the level that I expect, and sometimes that might make it a 70-30, depending on how well she works, but she's really getting the idea that the better she does her work, the quicker she gets to her play. So she's knocking out some really good work, and that makes me a very happy person. So something you've got to understand is 15 minutes of obedience or trick work or anything is the equivalent of 45 minutes of exercise, of taking your dog out for a walk on the pavement or on a field or anything, because it's up here. You've got to work both together. You've got to work the dog mentally and physically, preferably at the same time. This is why Zed's such a calm dog at home, except after she's eaten, and then she's like, oh, thank you, mummy, waggy, 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 and she's all over me. It's a nightmare. So, but that's, I play with her, and that fulfills that need for play, because Zed does not play with other dogs. She plays with me. Everything comes from me, and it's like, if she wants play, she plays with me. If she wants to work, she works with me. If she wants to learn something, she learns with me. Now, okay, I've had it in the comments like that some dogs are too big to maybe do some of the tricks that Zed does, and I take that on board. But there are lots of little tricks that you can teach any breed of dog, like crossing paws and switching over. It's a very simple trick, you know, but it takes a lot of thought for the dog. And, you know, you can lure, you can grab a paw and stick it over and say, yes, good, until the dog gets it. You know, you just say cross paws and then switch, okay? So it doesn't matter how heavy your dog is or what breed of dog is, there's always some form of trick or mental stimulus that you can give your dog. Then we come on to engagement, which is like playing tug. I have done a tug video, playing tug and playing it correctly. Your dog has got to be allowed to win at some point. Would you want to play a game you're never going to win at? I wouldn't. I just wouldn't. I wouldn't play the game anymore. So, you know, your dog has to win. I have done a video on that. So, you know, please think about fulfilling every requirement your dog has. And it's not just walk, water and feed. It isn't. There's so much more to it to have a fulfilled and happy dog that will not develop bad behaviours or behaviours like destroying your house, going in the garbage. If they're fulfilled mentally and psychologically and intellectually, yeah, they're just going to lie down and go to sleep and be thinking about, well, what was that all about? What did I learn today? Yes. You know, don't ever underestimate your dog's intelligence, please. You know, they are a living, breathing soul and spirit that has a lot of intelligence, and that goes for all breeds, okay? Yes, it will vary, of course it does, you know. This is why we have, you know, the working line breeds, of which Zed is from a very, very strong working line and very high drive. So, you know, I also will do a video if anybody wants it on capping, because capping is so important with high drive dog. You must be able to cap that drive, okay? It's essential, otherwise basically your dog's going to be out of control. So let me know down below what you want, because obviously with the winter coming on and the lighting being horrendous, because it is, and I have no daylight bulbs or anything like that technical stuff that a lot of these very popular and very large YouTube channels have, I don't have that. So, you know, we have to just make do and put it out there, and please stop worrying about me, people, okay? If anything happened, I would get someone to let you know, but we're fine, absolutely okay. And it's really touching to like open my Gmail account and be all these emails like, and it really is. So, you know, thanks to everybody that sent me an email, and please feel free to email me if you've got a problem, because my email is on my about section on my homepage on YouTube. Please feel free to email me. I don't mind, as long as it's not trolley or stalkerish or anything like that, because like we've done that, been there, and I don't want to go back there again. Okay. So anyway, let's see if oh dear, this is what is a fulfilled dog looks like. There you go. That is a fulfilled dog. That's what you want. High drive dog fulfilled. Job done. So it's just me today. Sorry to disappoint all Zeddy fans, but I don't think... Zed, can you come and do a wave? Come on. Come on. She goes, Mummy, you're a bit harsh. Zeddy, I'd bribe you. Come on, Zed, come. Good girl. Come here, Bubs. Let me get down so we can do this together. Come here, Bubba. Come. Right, sit. There's a good girl. Are you in shot? Because Mummy's put the computer on some books. There you go. Right, wavy. Please like, share and subscribe. You're a very good girl, thank you. We got ghosting. Bye.